But there's been a lot of these floating around. This is a video of a MAGA supporter who really, like, things just sort of clicked and she woke up. And now she realizes, like, holy shit, I was, like, legitimately in a cult. Let's watch.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize and that they would, but they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now, I know there are a few, and I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. They don't care.
As I said, I've seen dozens of these since the election and since Trump has been doing what he's been doing. And for people like this woman that you're looking at right here, this looks like genuine contrition, right? This looks like somebody who actually is like, holy shit. Like they woke up, they were in a cult, they woke up. They just saw all the cult members drank the Kool-Aid and killed themselves for the dear leader. And she's like, holy shit, was I wrong? Did I misread that? And she said, they don't care who they hurt. That's one area where I have to correct her. No, the whole point is to hurt certain people. There are certain communities that they want to hurt. That's why they focus so much on trans people. That's why they focus so much on immigrants. That's why they focus so much on Democrats.
Kyle Kulinski. So, video was titled, I Was Wrong. MAGA voter wakes up about Trump's fascist cult. I said, okay. I mean, I always look at these videos as outliers because if you're truly MAGA, it's going to take a lot more than anything we've seen to get you to wake up, right? If you're truly MAGA, you're so disconnected from reality that in this moment you're giggling. Some of you might even have been negatively affected, maybe gotten fired or your family member was hurt or your loved one was deported, and you still are not going to be ready to be like, Trump was wrong and blah, 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 right? So I said, okay, who is this MAGA lady who effed around and found out? And not only that, but she's speaking out. What? Seems a little fishy. But let's take a look at the video. I watched the video and I'm waiting for her to demonstrate that she is at all MAGA. Every word that comes out of her mouth is from the perspective of, I thought that these MAGA people, wait a minute, I thought you were MAGA. Anyway, I thought that these MAGA people were not as bad as people said they were. I recognize that part of the MAGA movement is really, really bad. They want to burn everything down. But I thought a lot of these MAGA people were good people. So it sounded like she thought of MAGA the way Biden thought of Republicans, even though right-wing media pretended otherwise. Biden specifically called out the MAGA crazies and lunatics and traitors. Didn't use those words, but he called them out, right? And he separated them from the regular conservatives and Republican voters, right? I think he put the crazy MAGA as a small group. Right-wing media changed his words into he thinks that all the right wing are they're fascists and blah blah. But that's not what he said. He said kind of what this lady is saying about MAGA itself. The same way that he said, the really bad ones are a smaller group, but there's lots of good people who are conservative or Trump voters. She seems to be talking about the MAGA movement in that way. She's not talking about Trump voters or conservatives or the American right wing. She's talking specifically about her views on MAGA, and she breaks it up into two parts: the really insane parts, and then the other part that's just misguided and here's they don't know the truth, or they don't understand how economics works, right? But no part of that was saying that she's MAGA, because again, if she's MAGA, how come she's talking about them and what she thought about them? And, she notice she's not saying that about, Trump, right? It could have been like she was saying, I really thought that Trump was a good guy, and I thought Elon Musk was a good guy, and people kept saying Trump and Elon are bad, and now I found out that, they're actually really, really bad. I thought they were actually not that bad, right? But I was wrong. Trump is bad. No, she's talking about MAGA, the MAGA members, right? The Trump followers who are in this cult. She's talking about them. She thought that a lot of them were actually good people that were misguided, that didn't really understand. Smaller group was bad. And now she's saying, I think all of MAGA is really bad. So how does Kyle come to the conclusion that this woman is MAGA? Now, I'm not saying that she is or she isn't MAGA. I'm just saying all the evidence presented suggests that she's not MAGA. And she could very well be a liberal. Right? Tell me what she said that would make you think that she's anything more than a liberal. Right? You have a liberal who, bleeding heart liberal, right? Has empathy for others, right? And maybe seeing people being really, really harsh and saying Trump supporters are fascists. And as that bleeding liberal who's not like a hardcore, MSNBC or hardcore, far left media type person, just a normie liberal, right? Who recognizes how dishonest the media is. And she's like, they're exaggerating. They're being hyperbolic. These MAGA folks, they're just regular people, man. And now she's like, no, man, these guys are messed up. So again, what part of that led him to the conclusion that she's MAGA? She might be, she might not be. I don't really know. But all the evidence presented does not in any way suggest that she's MAGA. There's nothing she said that even remotely implies that she's MAGA. But yet we get a video with, in the title in big letters, MAGA voter wakes up! Which of course is red meat for liberals and the left at this time. Right? They just love to, a MAGA person left around and found out. You idiot. That's red meat content. So is Kyle intentionally deceiving his audience for clicks and views? Or is he once again a little bit trigger happy, shall we say? He's jumping the gun. He's chasing the algorithm and trying to get those views. Much unlike mainstream media does. Right? Oh, I gotta get this. This is hot. This is getting loud. Hey, look, this MAGA lady said. Hey, Kyle, did you stop and think? Right? This showed up in your feed, I'm guessing, right? That's how these guys get their media, the news. Right wing, left wing, independent. That's what they do. They get up in the morning, they look on Twitter, they see what's trending. So this came on your feed, Kyle? Oh, MAGA lady found out! And you're like, oh, this is good stuff. And you just grab the clip and you get on camera. Hey guys, look at this MAGA lady. Did you stop for a second and like, hey man, what is this? When I see stuff, right, whether it sounds like something I agree with or not, my first thing I start with curiosity and a little bit of skepticism, because I don't know who this person is, what they're talking about. I know there's a lot of liars all over the place, a lot of people trying to get clicks, right? So I know that it would be foolish of me to take something up, like somebody says, Trump stole something, something. I know there's a lot of money to be made calling out Trump for something crazy, right? So people might make it up. Or they might hear something on social media and don't vet it and just jump and say, hey, Trump stole something. So if I see a clip, I'm not about to go make a video and say, hey guys, look, Trump stole. No, I'm gonna be like, did he? How you know that? What's your evidence? Right? And I got a small channel. When I make a video, nobody sees it. That's how crazy I am. I make videos for nobody to see, and yet I have concerns about, hey man, you know how many times I was about to make a video, and then before I put the video out, I'm digging and I start seeing some strange things. And I'm just like, either I'll find out that what I saw was not what I thought it was, or I'll see enough evidence that I don't know about this one. And I put the camera down. I have the camera up, everything ready to go, title, I'm ready to go. But then I'm like, nah, man. Kyle does this for a living. He makes a lot of money doing this, right? Enough money that he could hire someone to check his stories before he goes live and talk about them, right? The way that Joe Rogan doesn't do, right? He tells us about Joe Rogan, and he's right. Joe Rogan just goes online. Oh, the FBB, they trying to debank people. Oh, they debanking people, right? And he rightfully calls out Joe Rogan. But what kind of vetting does Kyle do before he goes live and starts putting the video out? Because this is not the first time I've seen him do stuff like this. I remember not too long ago, he posted a video with a screenshot of something Project 2025 and what was in there. And I think like half the stuff wasn't even accurate. It was somebody on Twitter posted some fake image with a bunch of stuff that was like, Project 2025. And then Kyle was like, ooh, this is getting clicks. And he made a video. He didn't vet it. He didn't confirm it. Well, all the money he has, again, he could hire people. You want to be cheap, you could hire Fiverr researchers. Pay him like $50. Hey, look into this thing. He's not doing that, right? He's doing what American media does. It's not about mainstream media, independent media. It's about for-profit media. For-profit media is a very aggressive business. You got a lot of competition. Everybody's tracing trends and trying to be first. I've run YouTube channels professionally before, right? I don't run this professionally. I run this as a charity, this channel. But I've run professional YouTube channels before. I've had millions of views on videos. I've been #1 on multiple videos, multiple categories. I know what it takes to run a YouTube channel, right? And you can get lost in the sauce very easy. Checking the metrics and looking at your channels. Oh, subscribers are going down. Oh, views are going down. Oh, my views are stagnating. Oh, there's some new kid on the block and he's getting a lot of views. Oh my goodness, I might need to change it up. Now, I wouldn't look at Kyle as a dishonest actor. I wouldn't look at him as a bad faith actor. I think he does pretty good. But he is running a for-profit media business, and that business is very toxic. So unless he's Jesus, he's probably cutting some corners here and there, just like mainstream media, and just like a lot of people in for-profit American media do. Right? Because for people who not cutting corners and really just focusing on the truth and have some real, work ethic, you're probably not going to do very well in this business. He's got a lot of subscribers. I think he does a pretty good job, so it's not like it's completely unearned. He certainly earned a lot of the success. But to get that big, operating like you're Jesus in this business, I don't know about that. I think there's definitely some corner cutting here and there. Not saying there's not lots of good content. Not saying he doesn't have lots of good takes. And I watch a lot of his videos, and I don't watch them to critique him, although I will. That's just what I do on his channel. I critique media, right? But I don't watch him to like, oh, let me see if I can catch him in a lie. No, I watch him because he does good stuff, right? I'm really into politics. He talks about politics, so I watch his content. But when he does stuff like this, then I make content. That's what I do. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Danny! What's up, brother?